Hi guys, and welcome to the Easy Promotions YouTube channel. Here's the Amazon seller news for the week commencing 18th of November 2019. We've got some really great stories this week, from new changes in Amazon Seller Central to a big Amazon coach trying to silence his critics. But before we begin, if you're an Amazon FBA seller, sell on Amazon FBM, or are looking to get into selling on Amazon, be sure to like this video and subscribe. We cover the Amazon seller news every week and then cover some of the stories in more detail in follow-up videos. Also, let me know down below in the comments any thoughts on these stories. Number 1. Amazon hit by undercover dispatches documentary in the UK, leading to sellers being gated from categories. Amazon has been under fire in recent years over the condition their staff work under in fulfillment centres. This is not exactly news, but a new Channel 4 dispatches documentary in the UK had something different to share, which seems to have had a knock-on effect for Amazon FBA sellers. DEHP is a chemical that can cause infertility in men, and products containing this chemical are under strict rules about how much they can contain in the European Union and USA. The level set by the EU is 0.1%, but one of these toys, a rubber duck, had over 30% the legal level when tested. That is a staggering 300 times the legal limit, and yet it was still listed on Amazon by an FBA seller claiming it was toxic free. In the documentary, Professor Laurence Harwood, Director of Chemical Analysis at Reading University, said, "Children, when they play with these toys, put them in their mouths, and just by in fact handling them, they can absorb the DEHP. He continued, "They look harmless, but DEHP will dissolve in the fat in your tissues and you can absorb it through the skin." The documentary makers reported the issue and the products concerned to Amazon. Amazon then removed the products from sale. In a statement for the documentary, a spokesman for Amazon said, "Dispatchers have refused to provide us with the test reports for these products. Customer safety is our top priority, and we have removed these products from sale while we investigate." Now, this documentary would have been filmed a few weeks ago, and the report to Amazon would have also been before the filming finished. There have been a lot of Amazon FBA sellers complaining in recent weeks that they have been kicked out of toys and games category in multiple Amazon marketplaces. You have always had to have permission to sell in toys and games in Q4 over the holiday season previously, but a lot of these sellers were already ungated and met the required metrics Amazon set out for the holiday season. Some of these sellers have been selling for years and have now all of a sudden been told they must request to sell in the category with detailed reports of their products, along with supplier information and invoices, has come as a bit of a shock. What are your thoughts though? Is Amazon going to start moving towards trademark and brand registered sellers to protect themselves from liability? Leave a comment below. Number 2. Amazon Vine for all brand registered sellers. Amazon's Vine program is a program exclusively for vendors to allow them to do product giveaways legitimately on Amazon and get early reviews for their products. Experienced reviewers and buyers can get early access to products, sometimes before release and for free, so that they can review the products ready for launch. Amazon Vine seems to be a response to the crackdown on sellers doing giveaways, which are against Amazon's terms of service, and a lot of sellers were shut down and had reviews removed a few months ago in response to the policy change. Amazon knows that sellers want early reviews, and the early reviewer program has been quite successful, but Vine is an evolution of this, allowing sellers to give their product away for free in return for honest reviews. Some eagle-eyed sellers have noticed that Amazon Vine's policy in the US now says brand registered sellers are able to apply for Vine. Although no one has been able to successfully do this, it is very unlikely that this is to be an error. It would make sense to extend Vine to brand registered sellers. Amazon seems to be favouring brand registered sellers, and this could be yet another perk to give brand sellers the edge over casual sellers. Before we continue to a new perk for Amazon FBA sellers in the Amazon Seller Central, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel and never miss out on all the top Amazon seller news. Number 3. Amazon request a review button for all sellers. Amazon has now made it possible for sellers to send a review request to their customers bypassing the traditional follow-up email scheme. Amazon has always sent these emails automatically, but savvy sellers always send a personalised email to try and gain reviews from customers. There are countless follow-up email companies that do this, but it has always been a bit of a grey area, and Amazon has always changed their policy on what is allowed. The button can be accessed by clicking through to your orders and then onto the order number. Once there, you can click a new button, Request Review. Now, although a lot of sellers have got excited about this, and it may be the signs that Amazon is going to loosen up on the subject of review requests, there is one factor that a lot of sellers seem to have missed. This review button sends the same email review request Amazon already sends to its customers. But if the email request has already been sent to the customer by Amazon themselves, they will not receive it. So it's not quite time to bin off your email follow-up system, but watch this space. Number 4. Amazon coaches trying to silence critics. Now, I have to be very careful here, as I wouldn't want to get silenced myself, but we covered how Amazon is suing gurus at large a couple of weeks ago. And if you're interested in that story, be sure to check the video out on our channel. A particular Amazon coach, who we will refer to as KD, has been accused of trying to sue and silence his critics. With Amazon trying to crack down on Amazon coaching scene recently, it would seem that some are trying to get into damage control. The last thing some of these coaches need is to be exposed and come to the attention of Amazon and come in the firing line. In a great video on the channel CoffeeZilla, it is described how KD has been exposed and how he is reacting to his critics. I've linked to the video in the description below, and it is a good watch, and it is revealed how KD even wants to seek $250,000 in damages. I've been quite open about my distaste of Amazon coaches, and I would always advise new sellers to do their research in depth and ask for recommendations independently of the gurus' platforms. There's a whole wealth of free resources out there for new sellers, and we even did a video on free tools and courses for Amazon FBA sellers, so be sure to check it out. That's it for the Seller News Roundup this week. Be sure to subscribe and like, so you don't miss any of the detailed videos on these news stories in the future. And obviously the weekly Amazon Seller News. Be sure to check out the videos on your screen for more from Easy Promotions.